Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to the match preview of Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. It is the big one, it's Champions League football back at the Camp Nou, and in today's match preview we will of course be previewing Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. It's Ronald Koeman versus Julian Nagelsmann for what should be an absolute classic. Without any further ado, let's get started. And for this clash, as mentioned, we will indeed be back at the Camp Nou for some Champions League football, and of course there will be fans in the ground for the first time in nearly 2 whole years for a Champions League night at the Camp Nou. We're expecting over 30,000 Barcelona fans in the stadium, and hopefully there will be a fantastic atmosphere for this absolutely massive clash. And I must add, guys, before we go any further, that I am actually recording this match preview on Saturday evening. That's actually because, well, over the next few days I'm going to be super busy. So I just thought I'd mention that by the time this match preview video comes out on the Monday, a few things may be a bit outdated, such as team news, and, there may be a few situations that are a little more clear regarding injuries, such as Dest or Jordi Alba. That sort of stuff may be a little more clear, but other than that, it'll just be a completely normal match preview. So let's continue. So then, here we are. Let's begin with Barcelona ourselves for what is an absolutely massive game. I think straight up, we can't really hide from anything here. We recognise just how huge of a match this is. As I say, there is absolutely no hiding from it. It's a massive game for Barcelona, it really is. And of course, it's a massive test to it. It may be one of the hardest games we play all season. It may be one of the best sides we play all season. Of course, it is also worth mentioning that Barcelona, of course, didn't get almost like the warm-up game for this one. We haven't played on the weekend. Our game against Sevilla was postponed, so this will actually be Barcelona's first game post-international break, whereas Bayern were actually in action over the weekend, and they picked up a really impressive victory away to one of the Bundesliga's best sides in RB Leipzig. They won 4-1 there. So I think, of course, we recognise there is, as I say, no one hiding from this one. We all absolutely know how hard this game is going to be. We have not forgotten what happened a year ago. In fact, I think it was about 13 months ago now, where Bayern Munich, of course, beat us 8-2 over there in the Champions League quarter-final in Portugal. And of course, you get the feeling that with our current situation, maybe the squad isn't as strong as it should be for Barcelona. We are missing a lot of players. It does almost feel as if we are, in mid-rebuild. Bayern Munich, I think for sure, are clear favourites for this game. And you do almost get that feeling that Barcelona will need a minor miracle if they are to win this massive clash. And I think certainly, guys, when you look at Bayern Munich, of course, they're a very good team. It's extremely strong opposition here who will be coming to the Camp Nou. And we've got to, give it our all. We've got to make sure we try everything we can to get a result here. Because, of course, we want to qualify to round of 16 here. We do not want to be going out in the Champions League group stages. And all of our games at the Camp Nou, we will go there to win them. There's no team in the world that should be coming to the Camp Nou and walking all over us. We are Barcelona here, and we've got to be putting up a fight. But this Bayern Munich team here, they're going to be strong. To be fair, I don't think they are as good as or as much of a machine as that side under Hansi Flick just over a year ago. But you wouldn't say it's massively far off. I think under Nagelsmann, of course, the new coach, very innovative young coach, the sort of coach Barcelona actually were looking for in the summer, to be fair. They are, of course, going to be a different outfit. They do have some different, ideas to their game, but the principles remain the same for Bayern Munich. They're an extremely strong team. They're very comfortable in possession. They can also be a good, very physical side. They're a clinical team when they get the ball in the final third. We know their players. They've got Lewandowski. They've got some stars there too. We still have got to see whether Serge Gnabry will be fit for this one. But I think almost most importantly in this sort of Champions League game, as we know, guys, it's just the pace that Bayern Munich have. It can and probably will cause us so many issues, and that is why I think it doesn't bode well for us, and that is why that Koeman and his coaching staff, they've got to be spot on tactically on Tuesday. We've got to make sure we line up in the correct manner with the correct players on the pitch, because you get the feeling if we're not on it on Tuesday, if we are playing, I won't say slow players, but players who we know they're going to be run over by Bayern Munich, you get the feeling that Bayern, they're going to be relishing this sort of clash. So we must ensure, guys, that when teams are coming to the Camp Nou, they can't expect a walkover. And Bayern Munich, they put 8 past us just over a year ago. They're going to be coming here. They know we're in trouble. They know how many, quality players they've got in attack. And they will be ready there, guys, to get another big result. So we've got to make sure, guys, we are competitive. We do not want to be getting, blown over here. This really, I wouldn't say it's make or break. It's match day 1 of the Champions League group stage. But it's a big test for Barcelona. It is a reality check, really. You got to say that, if Barcelona win, that would be absolutely massive. A draw, I think, would be, overall a good result for us. It would show that, we can compete with sides such as Bayern Munich. We are still, available to put up a good fight at the Camp Nou. But if we do lose, and especially if we do lose heavily, it's going to really cement a few things, in my opinion. On to team news then for Barcelona, because this would actually dictate a lot as to how we actually line up on Tuesday. It is a bit of a mystery. I think in previous games it's been more set in stone that we will be in the 4-3-3, that certain players will be playing. But you get the feeling for this game against Bayern, a few things could crop up. In defence, let's start with the team news. I think Piqué's going to be back from injury. Mingueza should also be available, so all 6 of our centre-backs should be fit and available for this one. That does, of course, open up the option of the back 3. The issues really come at left back and right back. I did briefly touch on the fact that Dest and Alba could be missing for this one. As I say, we've just got to wait for that one. We do not know if they're going to make the game or not. If they are, I think both of them will start. If not, then perhaps, Sergio Roberto can play at right back, or Oscar Mingueza can play at right back. And if Alba's not fit, then who knows, maybe Balde could get some minutes at left back. I think you look further forward, guys, we're hearing that Martin Braithwaite could be out of this clash, so he could be joining the likes of Ansu, Dembele and Agüero on the sideline, so that means, we don't really have many options in attack, although we will have Luke de Jong available for us, so he can start the game if need be. And of course, guys, Felipe Coutinho should also be fit for this game, so watch out for Coutinho. Hopefully he can grab himself some minutes in tomorrow's game. So then, guys, taking a look at how Barcelona could be lining up for this sort of game, I've actually put together 2 different lineups, and I've given, a few variants in each of them. And I do want to speak through them and, basically say that, these are some of the options, and this is how we could be lining up against Bayern Munich. The first one I've got is a 3-5-2 formation. Ter Stegen in goal, Dest at right wing back if he's fit, Alba at left wing back if he's fit. In defence, there you've got Araujo, Piqué and Eric Garcia. I think, of course, Mingueza could easily play that. That's 100% for sure. I think playing all 3 right-footed centre-backs across a back 3 isn't really a bad thing in my opinion, but I think Ronald Koeman, if he does that, would like to have someone like Lenglet in there. In midfield, I think, again, Busquets, De Jong, Pedri is what we did a lot last season, especially in the back 3 too. And then up front, you would only, of course, have 2 players, but with Braithwaite out, Griezmann sold, a lot of players on the injury bench. I think Luke de Jong, getting him there next to Memphis, it wouldn't be a bad option in my opinion. De Jong, he can hold up the ball, he can bring Memphis into play, and hopefully that way we can cause Bayern Munich some sufficient issues. Another option could be reverting to a back 4. This also gives us some more, variations in defence. So this means that perhaps you could play Mingueza right back. I've got Dest, of course, on screen, but if he's not fit, I think Mingueza on a back 4 right back works quite well, rather than right wing back. I feel as if we play a back 3, and Dest is injured, I feel like Sergio Roberto will get the nod, but if we do play a back 4, then I think Mingueza will get there ahead of Dest. In the hard defence, he can play Eric Garcia, Lenglet, Araujo, Piqué. I've gone for Araujo and Piqué, who knows what he'll play. In midfield, of course, you've got the classic midfield 3, but then what I've got here, guys, is, something a little more different. I've brought in Coutinho to the team there, and he can either, form part of the midfield or the front 3, and he can help us link play. I feel as if Coutinho, of course, who actually was playing for Bayern Munich not long ago, I honestly feel as if he can, really help us in this sort of game, and I am looking for his quality a lot this season. So if Coutinho comes back and he has an option to start, then I don't think that would be an awful option. Getting him in there behind the likes of Memphis and Luke de Jong if he's ready to start, I think it could be a good option. Of course, you've got other players too. Demir is a player I think Barcelona could definitely be, looking to use in this sort of clash. But of course, all of this just will be Ronald Koeman's decision, and it is going to be really, really interesting to see how he lines up. So that is where I will wrap up this match preview, guys. Of course, it is a big game. As ever, please do leave all of your thoughts and comments down below. How do you see this massive, massive game going? And also, guys, how would you line up? I'm actually really interested to see, who you guys would be playing in this sort of game. What formation would you play? And what personnel would you play too? Because I thought it was really interesting predicting some lineups today. I think it's going to be super interesting to see how Koeman lines up, because he has got to get it spot on. This is a big game. It's going to be a huge test against, quality team, quality manager, incredibly talented players. So we've got to be ready, guys. It's a big one. I'll be here, I think, after the game, maybe even with a live, to discuss it all, but I will be here after the game with, some form of content. So I'll see you guys then. Hopefully you enjoy yourselves. Hopefully you enjoy the game, and goodbye.